What are those hard questions you have had to share with your parents as a teenager? For some of the people, it has always been easy for them to share with their parents because they have been so free with them, and maybe, parents have established that platform where we can have a conversation. But there are those that haven't had a chance to have these conversations with their parents. Reason being, maybe they are tough, maybe they don't provide that safe space where they can talk about anything, so you end up holding back, or maybe it was really hard to share that one thing, but you really had to share it. So my name is Lynette. Welcome back to Young and Flowing. For our first time viewers, thank you so much for joining this podcast. This is where we talk about health, about life, about menstruation, about teenagers, and about people our age. It is a friendly conversation that we are going to be having together. And for our returning subscribers, thank you so much for being here with us, and don't forget to keep following. Hit that subscribe button, notification button, follow us for these sweet conversations. And for today, I have an amazing guest in our studio that is going to be sharing with us. She's going to tell us her experiences. You are most welcome, dear.
I'm so happy to be here, Wananga. I'm so happy to be here. First of all, the hardest questions. The hardest questions.
Yes.
Our parents are different. I'm Inessa Jovia, a travel consultant. Tickets, visas, trips, holidays, safaris, vacation, mind you, even Valentine packages in Bikola.
Okay. Hey.
Hardest question. Okay, can't do it. Hardest question. You fear, like, I fear my mom. You grew up when I was so scared to talk to my mother. But along the way, we are like sisters, but this has just started this year. Actually, last year.
Same
but
here.
Some parents, they grow up with their kids. Like, can tell mommy, have a boyfriend Akwana. Mommy, we did this.
Yeah.
Mommy, Chino, mommy, Chiri, mommy, this and that and that. So, well, guys, welcome to our show. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, it hasn't always been an easy experience for me too with my mom, because I didn't get the chance to grow up with her. I grew up with my grandmother, and finding myself as a grown young lady sharing with her is one of the hardest things. I say there are things I always want to share with her, maybe about my relationship life as a young girl, as a young lady that is soon turning into a woman. Never know, Gamba, where am I going to start from?
I know.
Where am I going? How am I even going to tell her that, Mommy,
Mommy, I have a boyfriend. A boyfriend took me out. Try to sneak easy. Behind Mommy, I'll collect. What do you say? Ovawa. Little parents can see. Ovawa.
Madam Bawasiri, Funa not say.
Oliva. Mommy. But we are good kids. Okay, at the end of that day, yes. I don't know why bali bachokugamba baina. What do you gamba?
Yeah, growing up as someone that wasn't able to share with their parents, most especially that teenage, season whereby, the younger teenage, like 13, 14, you're hitting your puberty, you have a lot of changes on your body, and these are things you want to know from your parents. Anyway, let me not talk about it here on the podcast. But there's something I saw when I was young, and that image stayed in my head. So when I grew up and I saw those body changes on myself, I was like, oh, so this is what I saw. I swear, that thing haunted me till I was about 13, 14. And this is when I realized, I was like, oh, so this is what happens when you grow up. But I wasn't so free. I wasn't free enough to ask about, what experiences do you go through your puberty? Those body changes.
But that's also a stage. That's a stage. Yes, personally, my mother was a strict person, but I'm very strict. In that, I even got shy. Ngata nokumugamba. Nga sikutuloya mu maaso onkwana ndi bwenti. Bakwana oli bwenti, but you know mean yadde bato ajja genda n'amaanyi ajje akukwane you know but my mom send to men if I find you with a man nkuse.
And they're not telling you the reason why.
Abafuka kukubo, sorry to say. Abafuka kukubo. My mother told me, if you find a man gafuka kukubo, do like this.
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes. Bo, if you don't close your eyes and you look there, amasogo gajaziba, you will go blind. Katunange na diwento. Now I'm sajanga afuka. Very good.
And those are the challenges that we get in Tite. Bakugamba nsonga lwaki. They don't tell you the reason as to why agambye totunuulira musajja afuka kukubo. Yajja kugamba komao. But you find a curious little rat, my dear. They're going to try and see why are they refusing me to look at that man.
A kid can even go and tell you, hi uncle, what are you doing? Do you know there are kids who do that?
Yeah.
Hi uncle.
There are those curious kids that they're not going to just stop at what you tell them. They're going to be like, oh, why is mommy saying I shouldn't do this? They're going to experiment. Those are the kids you find that are doing weird things. Reason
but
being,
not all. I think not all.
Yeah, not all. Just some, a few. But when you tell a child, it's hard to explain, but try to find a way of, explaining so that they can really understand something. See? Mommy, I'm telling you, do not go to a man's house. Reason being, you will get problems from there. Maybe they are not good. Maybe unless you're mtisatsa nomgamba oyo aine ekinya mu nyumba oya nebinya mu nyumba oja biringira
otulemu
obigwemu otule ku mukeko gwemu.
But my mom also told me that.
Yeah. I also had it sometime. But don't just tell them utogendayo. They'll be like lwaki sigendayo nga uncle gundi aina sweetie. Anyway, one of the things I feel like were the hardest to talk about with my parents were my menstruation and my period experience, because I grew up with my grandmother, and the first time I got my period I was at home with my stepmother. I actually couldn't even tell her what was going on because I didn't know how to, and I was afraid of how they would react because she has never given me that safe platform to share and be like, maybe me and Lynn can talk about ABCD. Ngera otula mudiro ntula dining. Obe am dining imba mudiro. Something like that. But not in a bad way. It's just, how do I explain? Those myths that are created around having stepmoms and step kids also. So it becomes controversial. Like, I am afraid to talk to you. You are afraid to talk to me. Nengate in the middle, in between, tewali nsonga ya mali.
No reason.
Just is a myth that was created into Chowechidi. That is how it is. Yeah, and I remember that day I called my dad and asked for money. So he told me to go and ask money from her.
My experience commences. Actually, I think mine will be a little different because when I was in P7, my older sister had moved Form 1. Kati, do you know, oh my God, let's go.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? My mother couldn't tell me. My mother told my elder sister. Then my elder sister had to tell me. You get? Okay, yes, I believe my mother was so close to my older sister.
Yeah.
Like, gamba. Like, do this. My elder sister even told me, oh, Chimani, mommy took me. Ndaga. But me, they did cut me. I was eagerly waiting for my mother to come and tell me, wow. P7, went there, go back to school, went back to school, Form 1, Form 2. Yes, my mother would pack for us pads.
Yeah.
But me, I started my periods and I moved Form 4. Actually, I was at school. I was excited. I called we went to the same school with my sister. I told her, guess what? I saw blood coming. I was excited. I saw blood coming. Hey, let's call mommy. We called mommy. But of course, my sister got her message when we were still home. So she had an idea about it. Yeah, I couldn't tell my mom the muppies.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, my father used to come for VDs. Daddy chala, daddy has everything. And the fear that I had about men, it made me get scared to tell my father, Tindemu peace, like, oh, daddy did this happened, blah, blah, blah. But along the way, I started getting used. We told my mother, Kati now, you guys. Imagine Mama Yagamba, send her to men. Naina katuka Form 1 the first week. Come on, natandika kunkwana. Remember, I am shy.
Form 1.
I was shy. But then there are girls abatandika bakwananga in primary, right?
Yeah.
Me, I started in Form 1. My Lord, guys, I was so shy. Zenga simtulia na mtu ya maso weti. Ngawaja mu class. I'm like this. I can't even raise up my hand. You know, ngampida, I want to go short call, but I can't pass because he's there. And to make matters worse, try to stream yemu ngantula mabega. Nice to mabega ngandi went nga we mabega stula enga.
Yeah, you're so focused.
Oh my God, I was so shy. Kati that shyness, I think some parents how they bring up their kids.
Yeah.
Kati ze my mom, yanitanga, I am so shy. I had a very low self-esteem. I can't tell her. How can you even start? Mami Vankwana.
And those are the vital things to discuss with your parents. Because you don't know.
Yeah. I couldn't. This guy and then I come back from 6. And can you imagine the whole school knew him? Jojo and this, Jojo and number. Oh God. Zenga and Petty. You enter class, the compliments that you're getting. This guy even went and told my sister. I want your sister. Now imagine. But thank God even my sister knew. There are conversations we can share with my parents.
Your mama.
But anyway, that is high school. Naekati, it took me a while. You know, after school, dating, you get so many boyfriends, campus. There are so many.
Yeah.
But how can you start? Telling mommy, this one and this one. Yes, I know they know. By the way, but my mom was tough. There's a day, I got a boyfriend. Sorry to call him a boyfriend. I got a boyfriend. He said we should meet at around 6.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my heart started skipping.
Okay.
How will I tell my mom?
I'm going to meet my boyfriend.
No, mommy, we are going for a party. Banage. Ntandika kuba karango ku Monday ngenda ku Friday. I'm trying Friday to a party yani. And which party is that? Mommy, to a party on a Friday, bichi. Okay, mind you have to leave the house when you're decent. Friday at Tuka. God doesn't my mom close me in the house. At 7 in the morning, she left and went. My mother came back at 7. She left at 7 in the morning. She came back at 7 in the evening. But now you can go. Now go where?
Go where at that time, the night. Alukagambe, tambule chilo. She said, Joe, most of the night. She's shaming me. I don't know what she's doing out there.
Okay, yes, I believe. What is this? Singers in your machilo? Yes. Na ye. Imagine. Now you can turn the cook swallow.
Yeah, just that sense of living in the night. Eh?
Yeah, now turn the how is my mom going to feel about this and this? Oh God.
So Mwanabwe, there was a point that I even used to escape from home. You know, when I was younger, I used to dance. I danced from around age of 5
so you're not dancer
to about 16. Yeah, 16. That's when when I completed my high school. Interested dancing. But it kept me going when I danced nari mwagala nyo. Kati, when I was about after Form 4, I used to tell my grandma, tuina yo show. Ntandika kuyimba show nga Monday. Kamanyi show eringa ku Saturday.
Akazeke kamu.
Ngamwa grandma ku Saturday tuina show ogenda nabani. Of course she knew the crew I used to be with, So it was a friendly environment. Cynthia lyangana dance nenga just olusoba waya zivako simanyi na kumanya nga otandiko yimba. So come Saturday the show is supposed to be like maybe 10 a.m. in the morning. At 8 she's awake. She puts a padlock on the gate.
Oh what ina jolaga
padlock natereke tsumuzo nadda mu room yene yegalirayo
atogera konko
you shower, you dress up bulungi genda ku room konko mbadde nsaako kusumuluzo ngenda ku show takuddamu. You find that she destroyed that platform where we had to discuss, yeah, and talk about the things I'm going to do, my plans that I have. Nenduketsanga, I no longer communicate. When I know I have a show on Friday, definitely I know they're going to lock the gate. So what I do is prepare myself very well, prepare my attire, give them to my friends that I used to dance with, the girls, and tell them, njakuja kwendi muntekeko. There are also these kids that the little kids are so curious, eh? But their parents like, Mommy, how do they make babies?
I know.
Mommy, how did I come to be in your belly?
I bought you in supermarket nakugula kuduka. Wait, another thing, where did I pass? Mommy naitawa.
Yeah. Because when you have their siblings, they get to see that, hey, Mommy has a big belly, and then you're telling them it's a baby in my belly.
Mommy, how did you make that baby?
As a young girl, before you learn reproduction and everything, your parents, like how do babies come about? Eh?
I couldn't. I asked my mom because I'm not pregnant. Mommy, what's that? Mama afya soka natugamba masavu mangi. Gano masavu. Kama naye mami. Ago masavu. Ninamwe ekyuka ekidduka. Ataliko tugambe ekyuka ekidduka. Tugamba mami. Yagezemu atya. Like, no, just chuka. I overeat kat nawe erya nnyo funa olubuto lwange. Can you imagine? Kati wenalaba nga ageze mu hospital akomyewo n'omuntu. Omugyewa bamuguze mu ddwaliro. Bamutuwadde. Parents,
they can always find those ways to, try to divert you from the way, try to divert you. Ngatebagamba chite nyini nayenga. Me, the question, should I say it from a personal experience or from others?
Say it personal.
Okay, even not personally, but very, very many of my friends, I've seen them have this question. See, they want to ask maybe their parents, is this my real dad?
But that.
Oh, who is my dad? Because you find that some of the kids have grown up with a single parent, and they're asking, when they get older, they want to know, who is my parent? Maybe you've grown up with a stepmom or stepdad, so by the time you grow up, you ask your dad, but daddy, who is my mom?
But anyway, that is so personal. I grew up seeing my father and mother, but do you know, you can grow up seeing your dad and mother every day. That ingaleto omugati. They wait like after like 10 years. Whatever siblings nga batano from somewhere, but you see your father every day and your mother every day at home. Oginolabanga abantu bazenga bangi. Osobuza tatawo how it happened.
I know that this is a very, very hard question to ask, but bana banji, they always have those questions, most especially the kids from our communities, because you find that people are giving birth at 14, at 13, wow, at 16. So by the time you are 30 or 40,
babaita fertile. About 13.
The society drove you to another direction. No sanganti. By the time this young lady was 14 and they had you at 40, she had like 4 other kids.
Wakati nekituke kugwe. At 14 oli pregnant. Yet ye yakuzanga oli 14.
Now wow, you're going to sleep with police today.
My mother was so dark.
Oh no, mwana mumukobe chiboko.
Kasaka kujibiza ka story. Mama yenga leto omukozi. My mother was so tough wane kukyalo bamumanyi. Nga tulina n'omuti ogenda no yambuka wagolo kujjayo fene. Mama anga amusitula n'ameta unyumba ne yesibirayo. Kati leto omukozi namutuma agenda kimala amazzi. Omukozi n'agenda like some guy kukyalo n'akwana omukozi. Mama wange yaloba omusajja eyakwana omukozi. Daylight yakuba omusajja ebisapatu. Mbuva ku mwana wange. Kati naffe ekyo nga tulina fear in case omuntu kukyalo ayagala kukwana. mama woli mama
Nenga
nga
tena
sana
we
omuntu
mami
akutya
otyo
amaanyi
omugamba nti, "Mami,
bw'otya
mami okali akalenzi kantawaanya omugambo
ate akakutawanya mama nga agenda n'akalumba va ku mwana wange. Sometimes maybe you want to talk to them bagambe mami kino my mother is n'okulumba omwana wange omwagaza ati I know
you end up holding back ngamba nabi mugamba agenda causing isasage wanino the chaos
Sometimes you want to be free with your parent, with your father, with your mother. Naye ng'otya mami mutandike ntya, mami this, mami that. Yet, I believe a mother is your alina okuba best friend wo because trust me stage gyogenda oyitamu naye yagiyitamu kati alina okugamba you do this. Experience is the best teacher, but you have to first tell me this. Mami yakiŋŋamba because for her it was this. Maybe nyiza oyita mu path endala nga si gwe gye wayitamu cause oŋŋambye.
Let's not make the same mistake.
I know.
Abanya abantu balina kano generational curse, but there's no generational curse. You know, when you talk about things, you break the chain. Hey, just break that chain. Talk about things, share, create a platform where your children can share with you, interact with you, give them advice. Go oba wakiyitamu tekitegeeza nti nange nina okulache wakiyitamu. Some childhood memories
they are good.
zinyuma okurevisitinga naye ng'ozirabira ku screen you're not re-experiencing them.
But
anyways,
they cool down enaku zino. I believe now my mother is my best friend now. Mama wange mugamba buli kimu. Even my father kati nenebuuza baki bali babikola.
Yeah, maybe they had to learn through the process.
Which process? Jukira kyempitamu kye yayitamu.
Omanyi abazadde abamu when you're younger there's a way. Now you're young, but one thing we don't know as kids that maybe they are also young.
Maybe they are young. I wouldn't blame them because
they have not yet experienced some things. Oli muto nga naye ne muzadde ogwo naye muto, so we cannot blame them. Sometimes they learn through the process. But one thing I can maybe tell our parents, please create that platform. Omwana wo yogera naye, talk to them, ask them, how's your day, how is your experience, how is senior one taking you. Kids are even going back to school. How is your school experience right now? Babuze bebuzo. Share with them in a friendly way. When you share with them in a friendly way, they can open up more and you can know what is going on with the child. Thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate. We miss you all and we can't wait to be with you in
the next episode. Family planning abazadde bakola abaana family planning obuyiso takaweta next episode.
Kano kankogere nga tetunava kumpewo kuno ate abazadde abatuzaalira abaana nga nina emyaka 4 muganda wange wa mwezi gumu
bannange
next episode